Welcome to District Dialogues. I am Fulton County District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. District 5 encompasses parts of unincorporated Fulton County, Southwest Atlanta, East Point, East Atlanta, and small parts of Union City and College Park. Here on District Dialogues, we share snapshots of what is happening in District 5. So let's get straight to it. We have some exciting initiatives coming up this fall in District 5. Next month, we will host our first annual HOA Boot Camp, where homeowners learn how to protect their rights in their communities and get a chance to shape up their HOAs. We have hosted several regional HOA boot camps with the South Fulton HOA Alliance and the Clayton County HOA Alliance, but now we're targeting all Georgia homeowners as we partner with the Georgia HOA Alliance. The issues that these homeowners face are the same issues no matter which county they live in. At this one-of-a-kind event, both realtors, attorneys, homeowners, boards will have the opportunity to earn continuing education credits for this event. The HOA Boot Camp has partnered with Clayton County, Henry County, Douglas County, Rockdale County, and cities like College Park and Fairburn. This event will be held at College Park's Georgia International Convention Center. This event is absolutely free to all attendees. So we invite you to come out, bring your friends and family, and homeowners and your board members to this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. In addition, lunch and parking will be provided for all registered attendees. You don't want to miss this event. To register for the HOA Boot Camp, please visit www.hoabootcamp.org. Also, next month, we kick off our Blanket Atlanta with Love drive. We will be collecting new or gently used coats, blankets, and ponchos, and other clothing items for those in need. My office will have collection bins at our office locations, which include the South Annex Government Center on Stonewall Tail Road, the Government Center on Fulton Industrial, and also our facility at the Oak Hill Family Center on Metropolitan. For more information, please visit my website at fultoncommission5.com. It's time now for our Excellence in Education segment, where we spotlight individuals, schools, and organizations that are making stellar strides in the world of academia. Today, please meet Nikki Thornton, the Director of Programs at the Future Foundation. Welcome to the show, Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What is the Future Foundation?
Well, we're an organization that works with 6th to 12th graders in an academic setting. We provide educational after-school programs, we provide parenting programs, and we also provide real talk programs where we talk about relationships within the high schools and middle school settings.
And I hear the Future Foundation has a famous founder.
We do. Sharif Abdul Rahim is our founder, yes. He founded it back in 2001 because he grew up in the East Point community and he wanted to go and give back to the community, so yes.
And what do you think helped motivate him to start this program in his community?
Because of the lack of educational attainment that he was able to, because of the educational issues that he saw as he matriculated to college, there were some deficiencies that he had, and so he wanted to make sure that the students in that area received all the resources that they could, not just in academics, but in holistically. And so because of that, Future Foundation was birthed, and here we are so many years later.
And what are some of the programs, other programs and services that the Future Foundation offers to these children?
So our main focus is education. So we run after-school programs. That's what we're really, really good at. Within our after-school programs, we provide the wraparound services that's needed. So in terms of, for our 6th to 12th graders, it's finding out exactly what they need and then being able to provide that for them. So in terms of some parents, some of our students are in need of academics, some are in need of life skills, some are in need of employment opportunities. And so we are very focused in trying to make sure that we work on that child holistically. We boast a 100% graduation rate since 2007,
Awesome.
which is great considering our community has a 50% graduation rate. And so we have programs that are geared specifically for our 10th to 12th graders in helping them achieve post-secondary options. So we have ACT programs, SAT programs. We take college tours. So we open them up and expose them to different opportunities besides what they see in their community. Our Real Talk ATL programs where we go into the high schools and we talk about what a healthy relationship looks like. And so how they can understand what it is now at this level, at this age, and so as they get older, they'll understand what healthy really looks like. So not only do we talk about domestic violence, we talk about budgeting, we talk about saying no, we talk about all these different things that that help them be more strategic. We also not only do we talk about help the student, but we also have a program for our parents called Parent Connect, where we understand that we can talk to the child about a healthy relationship, but we need to talk to the parent about what a healthy relationship looks like with their child
Right.
and also with their significant other. So we're doing those type of things to help holistically. So our CEO, she loves to say that we are in all the spaces that matter to children. So we're in the home, we're in school, and we're after school.
How does a student qualify for this program? Is it open to all students?
It is open to all students because we have and we tend to talk to we have great relationships with our schools. And so if a child has a certain academic challenge, a counselor or a graduation coach or someone like that is, because they know about us, they're sending them to us. Then we have people, because we provide free transportation. Our programs are all free for our students and our parents.
Awesome.
And so you see our Future Foundation bus driving past, and so parents are automatically like, what is that? I want to know more because I see my other students getting on. And so it's word of mouth. We've spread because of that.
And what is the foundation most proud of?
I think our most shining moment is that we boast that 100% graduation rate since 2007. That speaks volumes.
It does speak volumes. And the work that you're doing is amazing, and I can tell that you're really enthusiastic and passionate about that work. So we
Yes.
thank you for your work. What makes your model different from other nonprofit organizations?
Well,
What makes you be able to achieve that 100% success rate?
I think it's a couple of things. Like, we've been very strategic in trying to figure out what's working and what's not working. And so we have decided we did a needs assessment, and we went to the community to see what's really going on, what's the problem. And in terms of that, we were finding out about, we did something with the Harlem Mobility Study, and so, Harvard Mobility Study, and it was geared toward finding out what happened in our neighborhoods, what's happening in our communities, and based on that, we came up with it's called CPEX, the College Park Enrichment Collaborative, and so it is a collective impact model where we are bringing together other nonprofits who have different focuses. So we're at Future Foundation, we're great in education, but we found out there's health issues, that there are income issues, and so we brought in partners who can help us identify and wrap around services holistically to help this child or that student or that family in those particular areas. So I think that's different. We stand out because of that, because we are not just saying, okay, resting on our laurels in education. Now we want to be more aggressive because we understand that generational poverty needs to cease. And so we are trying to put measures in place that help those students to be more successful.
Well, thank you for being with us today. So glad to have you, Ms. Thornton. Thank you for all the work that you do for the
Thank
Future
you.
Foundation. We're We'll be right back, and thank you again for all your work for our children and our future.
Thank you again for having us.
We'll be right back on District Dialogues. In our District 5 economy segment, we like to introduce experts who can share information about economic development and sustainability in our district and throughout Fulton County. Today, our guest is Gerald McDowell, the Executive Director of Airport West CID, Community Improvement District. Thank you for being here, Mr. McDowell. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here. Thank
So,
you.
what is the Airport West CID?
It's another community improvement district that has been around Atlanta since 1988, and we are about 1 year old. We've been around for about 1 year, and so we are one of the newest community improvement districts in Metro Atlanta.
And why was the Airport West CID created?
It was created because one of the core objectives of community improvement districts is to focus on revitalization and redevelopment. And leadership throughout Metro Atlanta, throughout our region, has turned focus to South Metro and around the airport. And so some of the property owners and business owners in that area wanted to have a tool and a vehicle that they could use to join in that effort. And so a community improvement district provides them that vehicle and that tool.
And I understand the Airport West CID has made public safety one of its top priorities.
That's right.
What are some of the efforts that you all are taking to address public safety and security?
Well, from the very beginning, when I came aboard, because I saw how top of a priority that public safety would be for this area, we hired a public safety director, a gentleman by the name of John Antoine, who comes to us with about 20 years of law enforcement experience. And so we now have a full-time staff person who is overseeing the public safety initiative throughout the district. And already, John has been very aggressive and active. He has met with all the chiefs and police departments in Fulton County Police, as well as the police in the city of Atlanta, East Point and College Park. And he's organized, and he's now holding a monthly meeting with those various departments. And if the chief of police is unable to attend, they always send in a representative, and they collaborate with what's going on in the area so that they can figure out how to help the area become a lot more safer than it is. And then he started a second monthly meeting where he's meeting with the community. And so John brings in, he's reached out to homeowners associations, he's reached out to businesses, the different civic organizations in the community, and once a month he meets with them and gives them a lot of pointers and tips about what they can do among themselves to create a safer environment. And so that was phase one of our initiative. We've already rolled out phase two. And phase two, we have hired a private security firm, and they are providing an additional layer of security.
Awesome.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have 2 private security officers who are moving throughout the district 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are working with these police departments to help bring about a safer community for our property owners and for our business owners. And sometime in the near future, we're going to roll out our phase 3 of our public safety effort, and that is to either hire off-duty police officers or retired police officers and add them to the private security officers that we have. And from a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week perspective, we will have an officer who has the authority to arrest to be part of our public safety effort. And we believe those 3 approaches will allow us over the course of time to work with the police departments in reducing the crime that is in the area that we represent.
Well, it sounds like a great effort. Certainly, the criminals are getting together and meeting. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very worthwhile for the police to be
Absolutely.
having those same meetings in order to try to tackle some of that crime.
Yes, sir.
In addition to safety, I understand that you've also been focusing on beautification
Yes,
efforts.
that's right.
What are some of those beautification efforts that you all are looking at? And if you will, define for us what all land is included in
Okay.
the Airport West CID.
Yes. Well, we have a 179 property owners that make up the Airport West Community Improvement District. Camp Creek Parkway in Fulton County is the core of our district. But we also include other areas in South Fulton. We go up Buffington, up to Buffington Road, Roosevelt Highway, as well as Virginia Avenue. We include various state roads throughout our district. We go as far as Woodward Academy to Chick-fil-A. We also include property from Delta Airlines. But the Camp Creek Parkway is the core area of our district. And in terms of beautification, we have hired a landscape maintenance company that comes through the district every day of the week, every week of the month, and they are mowing grass and picking up trash and debris, and they are removing illegally placed signs that you have in right-of-way. And that is our first stab at beautification for the district. But now we're moving into our next phase where we're going to start some landscape projects throughout the district. In addition to landscaping throughout the district, we're going to be deciding and figuring out where we can add some signage, some wayfinding signage throughout the district. But all these efforts is to make the district look better, have a better appearance, and along with public safety, beautification goes hand in hand in creating an environment that is desirable and welcomes those to the area.
Well, sounds like you guys have a long road ahead of you, but you're doing the good work that needs to be done in order to get where you need to go.
Well, thank you. We're working hard at it.
Well, we appreciate you for all your work. Thanks to your board and staff for all that you do.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
We're very glad to have you on District Dialogues today. We'll be right back on District Dialogues. Thanks for being here. As many of you know, I'm a strong proponent for the arts in all of its various forms. I have recently been dubbed an executive sponsor for the arts in Fulton County, along with my colleague, Commissioner Lee Mars. In this segment, Youth in Arts, we like to highlight programming for youth who have an interest in the arts. Today, I would like to welcome Dr. Gordon Vernick, a professor of music at Georgia State University and the director of Rialto's Jazz for Kids program. Welcome to the program, Dr. Vernick.
Thanks for having me.
What is Jazz for Kids and why was it started?
I've been involved with teaching children about jazz music since the 1980s, and in 2000 I took it upon myself to start a jazz quartet where we would start going into the schools and playing not just concerts. I call it jazz infotainment. We're teaching kids about the components of jazz, how it works, where it came from, why it's important, because jazz is American music, and being that it's a kind of a cultural barometer of who we are, and we are in danger of forgetting about that cultural root or set of roots that really define our music and where we are today, because it goes back many hundreds of years. So kids don't know about it. They don't listen to this kind of music. So I took it upon myself to start a quartet, and we started going into schools doing, as I said, infotainment concerts. And then the director of the Rialto Center for the Performing Arts, Leslie Gordon, and I had a brainstorming session back in 2003, and we were very concerned about diminishing audiences that are getting smaller for jazz performances. Kids don't listen to this kind of music growing up anymore, and the best way to create audiences is for awareness, and even more so is to teach them how to play jazz. So we came up with this program where we would take 5 partner schools, and each year the schools change in the metro area, And with the administration and the band director's help, we identify about 10 students that show the most promise, and I take a professional jazz quintet into the schools, each school once a month, and we work with these kids for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we play for them, they play for us. And this starts in September and goes through May. So this it started out kind of as a grassroots program, and we've been able to secure grants, public, private donations to pay for this. So it doesn't cost the school anything, it doesn't cost the kids anything, and it's an amazing program. So not only do we visit each school once a month, we do a concert for the entire student body so that the administrators know who we are. And we've been able to track since 2004 the kids who've gone through the middle school program, who've gone into high school, and who are in college now, and some of them are already professional musicians. I won't say that we were responsible for that, but we're responsible for keeping this music alive and keeping kids interested in jazz music.
Well, you have to catch their interest. If you don't catch their interest, they're going to have a barrier to learn. And so if you catch their interest, now once you've got their interest, it makes it a lot easier to teach them something. What correlation have you found between teaching jazz and students doing better in school?
Well, that's a very interesting correlation. Music is music. It's all the same. It's about organized sound based on certain principles, and jazz is just another way to organize your sound. There's classical music, there's hip hop, there's old timey Dixieland, there's bluegrass. It's all music, and it's all constructed in a different formula. And so what we're doing is we're teaching the kids about the jazz formula, but we have found that kids that are involved, whether it's in sports programs or education programs, especially with music, that they tend to do better in school, and they tend to stay on this side of the other side that we don't want to see them on. So we found that music, staying involved in music is great, and plus it offers them an avenue for the future in terms of a line of education. Like if they might want to decide that they want to go and study music at the university level. So it opens a lot of opportunities, and some of our best kids are out there playing professionally now, and they attend schools like Oberlin. We have kids now who've gone through the program who are Juilliard, who are at Curtis Institute, some at Georgia State, some at Georgia Tech, and we track them all, and not all of them go into music, but what I will say is that most of the kids that, anecdotally that we've tracked stay in school and are going to really good schools, and the music helps them to, it's a life lesson. In order to play in an ensemble, it's like sports. You have to learn teamwork. You have to learn how to take care of responsibility. Right. And I'm a professional musician. My father was a professional musician in New York City. I grew up around that, so I know about responsibility. And these are just kids, but we treat them like professionals. They're responsible for learning their music, and if they don't have their music learned, they're going to have to answer to me, and I can be hard on them, but in a very nice way, and scare the daylights out of them. But somebody has to let them know there are consequences for not taking care of your business. And in music, if the bass player doesn't do his job, the other kids can't do their job. So it's an amazing program. And one of the best parts is that we take the best kids from each school, and we bring them to Georgia State every Saturday morning. We have a big band. We call it the Rialto Jazz All-Stars. And we've played at the Atlanta Jazz Festival for the past couple of years on the main stage. And it's amazing to see little kids. I mean, we're talking like 6th, 7th, and 8th graders getting out there playing solos. I mean, not just kind of playing, I mean really playing. So it's something that we do every year. We've played for the governor at the governor's mansion. We've done a variety of concerts in senior centers whenever we're asked to do things. We try to take the kids out, but that experience with that all-star group is really amazing. And we play concerts in the spring and into the early summer. And in the summer, the kids go their own way. And then we also have a follow-up program that's called Rialto Youth Jazz Orchestra for the high school kids, because a lot of the middle school kids have great jazz experiences. When they get to high school, it's marching band, so the kids don't have an opportunity to continue growing. So that takes the high school program takes over where the middle school program leaves off, and we see these kids going from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all the way through senior year, and a lot of them, I would say about a half of them graduate, go on to study music at the university level.
Wow, it's truly amazing that if you put something into a kid. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And it sounds like you guys are doing a great job of putting a lot of good training into these kids. And then as a result, you're getting a lot of good things out. What instrument do you play?
I'm a trumpet player. You can see I have a little ring right there. So, you know, all the teachers in our Rialto Jazz for Kids program are all professional musicians. They are top-notch musicians in Atlanta City area. There's Louis Haravos, or one of our keyboard instructors. Gary Motley teaches jazz keyboard. Robert Dixon, Billy Thornton are our bass instructors. Mace Hibbert is our saxophone instructor. Any night of the week, you can hear any of these musicians playing in top flight places around the city, playing in festivals. So these are amazing musicians who are also great teachers. So we all work together very well, and we're all professional musicians. So and a lot of times the kids will come out, they'll hear us play, and there's no greater way to make an impression on a kid with a teacher who can actually practice what they preach. And in music, especially in jazz music, you have to be able to perform it. I feel very strongly about that.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for starting Jazz for Kids and investing in our kids and their future. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We'll be right back on District Dialogues. As we conclude today's show, I'd like to invite you to stay connected with my office. You can reach me anytime in our office, online, and of course on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks for watching District Dialogues. We'll see you next time.